The baby is hers, right? A daughter-in-law's dilemma. The arrival of a baby is supposed to be a joyous occasion, but sometimes it can also be the spark that ignites an uncomfortable dynamic between a mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. This is a story about one such dynamic, where the lines of motherhood become blurred. At the heart of it all is a mother-in-law whose possessive behavior threatens to unravel the family. It started subtly, almost innocently. "Oh, isn't her baby just precious?" the mother-in-law would coo, gazing adoringly at the newborn. At first, it seemed like a harmless endearment, a grandmother's doting affection, but the phrase, "her baby," began to echo a little too often. It wasn't long before the daughter-in-law started to feel a prickle of unease. The seemingly innocuous phrase was slowly morphing into a source of tension. With each repetition, "her baby" seemed to signify something more. It felt like an increasing attachment, a growing sense of ownership that wasn't hers to claim. Then came the day the mother-in-law called herself Mom. It wasn't directed at her son, but at the baby. That single word hung in the air, heavy with unspoken implications. It was a critical turning point, a moment that crystallized the core issue. It wasn't just about affection anymore. It felt like a desire to usurp the daughter-in-law's role, to claim the title that was rightfully hers. The daughter-in-law's discomfort intensified, solidifying into a deep-seated concern. This wasn't just about semantics, it was about identity. The discomfort grew with each passing day. It was a subtle erosion, a slow chipping away at her confidence as a mother. She felt undermined, her role as the baby's mother devalued. It was as if her own mothering instincts were being questioned, her abilities doubted. A sense of competition began to simmer beneath the surface. It was an unwanted rivalry, a battle for affection and recognition. She started to worry about the long-term implications of this behavior. What would this mean for her child, for their understanding of family roles? The fear of a negative impact on her relationship with her child gnawed at her. Would her child see her as the primary caregiver, or would the lines continue to blur? And then there was her husband. How would this affect their relationship, their ability to navigate this complex family dynamic? The story doesn't explicitly explain the mother-in-law's behavior. We're left to wonder, to speculate about the reasons behind her actions. Perhaps she was struggling to accept her son's independence, his transition into adulthood and fatherhood. Maybe she felt a sense of loss, a void left by her son's growing family. The baby could have been a means to fill that emotional void, a way to recapture a sense of purpose. Or maybe it was something else entirely. Was this unintentional behavior a misguided expression of love? Or was it a deliberate attempt to exert control, to maintain her position at the center of the family? The emotional toll on the daughter-in-law could be further explored. The isolation, the frustration, the constant need to defend her role as a mother. We could see her attempts to address the issue with the mother-in-law, the awkward conversations, the carefully chosen words, the fear of causing a rift. The husband's reactions would be crucial. Would he dismiss her concerns, or would he stand up for his wife and help set boundaries? The long-term consequences of the mother-in-law's behavior could be devastating. Resentment, estrangement, a fractured family. The story could delve into themes of boundary setting and communication challenges. How do you navigate these delicate family relationships, especially with a new baby in the mix? The complexities of family dynamics are amplified when a new life enters the picture. It's a time of joy, but also a time of vulnerability and potential conflict. At its core, this is a story about a power struggle, a battle for maternal recognition. The central conflict revolves around the mother-in-law's possessive behavior and the daughter-in-law's fight to protect her role as a mother. Addressing this issue is paramount. Ignoring it could lead to irreparable damage, poisoning the family dynamic for years to come. This has the potential to be a compelling story about family dynamics, about the challenges of navigating relationships in the face of changing roles and expectations. Ultimately, it highlights the need for healthy boundaries and open communication. Without these, even the most joyous occasions can become sources of conflict and pain.